There it is. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Mooloolaba Music. My name is Chris.
Hi, Chris.
And this is Marcus, our guitar expert in store here at Mooloolaba Music. And today, it is a true comparison between some of Gibson's classics, the favorites, the big dogs in the series. That's right, we have got the Gibson Hummingbird versus
The Gibson Dove.
Woo!
Two beautiful, iconic guitars.
Absolutely. And both of these guitars are premium instruments offering a unique selection of tone that you can expect when you purchase Gibson. But I definitely have got a lot of love for this. It's that sort of tobacco
It's beautiful
finish that it feels like the classic vibe. I do love it. And over here, what a gorgeous back and sides and front this guitar has. But look at that flame maple there.
Beautiful. Absolutely stunning. So these are the two square shoulder dreadnoughts that Gibson put out. Of course, there's a few different iterations of the Hummingbird that a lot of people know, and different versions. So we've chosen the Hummingbird Standard to go up against our Dove here. So Chris, with that beautiful Hummingbird that you have in your hands in this exquisite color, definitely my favorite. Tell us what we have.
You've got just a lovely mahogany back and sides here. So a really, really nice, deep, resonant, rich sounding mahogany guitar. A lovely, beautiful binding here. And you've got, what do we call this bridge here? It's a reverse seated bridge, basically.
It's like it's a belly up.
A belly up bridge. So the bridge almost feels like it's flipped around the other way. I really love it. And then on top of that, some of the electronics here. You've got your rosewood bridge, a rosewood fingerboard, and then you've got your LR Bags VTC element pickup in this guitar. So you're going to get a really nice tone out of the electronics in this. Your classic Hummingbird scratch plate here, the thing that says it all right there. That's the name, it's the image, it's why people buy it, and it is truly beautiful. If you've ever played one of these, you know that when you play a high-end Gibson, it's not just about the cost or about the look, but it's the feeling you get when you play these. You feel it, it hits you right in the chest, right in the stomach, and this guitar really does that, just that.
It's great.
Beautiful, strong, even EQ resonance from these things. They are just beautiful. Tell us a bit about the Dove.
Well, okay, so I will say the Hummingbird has been my favorite Gibson acoustic. It's one of my favorite acoustics. I've always loved the Hummingbird. The look has got a fair bit to do with it. I think it's great, but they're really great sounding acoustics. I love the square shoulder Gibson. Very balanced. So when Chris was talking about the mahogany back and sides, very balanced. So this, in contrast, is a little different. So the Dove timbers, one of the first things you can notice is different. So we have flame maple back and sides, still got a Sitka spruce top. Mahogany versus maple. Mahogany's nice and balanced and even. Maple, you got this little mid-range peak in it, and I like to describe it as like bell-like. So, and I've mentioned it before. It's, orchestral instruments use maple. Violins, violas, cellos, they use maple for a reason, and they usually pair them with spruce tops as well. So if you think about that like a violin and how it sings and can cut through over a whole orchestra, that's the kind of guitar tone that you're going to get. It's that guitar tone that maybe is going to cut through a little bit differently to some of the other instruments. And mahogany is going to sit really well and be balanced. Probably the most recorded acoustic sounds are generally with mahoganies and cedars or mahoganies and spruce. Very well recorded, but maple has got a great place. The other thing about this, the Dove, is it has a longer scale length. So 24 3/4 inch scale length on a Hummingbird, same as a J45, their round shoulder dreadnought. 25.5 inch scale length on the Dove. So it's a slightly longer scale length, which is going to give you a different feel, which might make you play a little different because it feels a little different. It's also going to add a little bit to that tone, just shifting the tone around a bit. Of course, we've got some different appointments on here. We don't have a belly up bridge. We have, which one of our colleagues here, Ben, pointed out to me, and I love this. Chris, you're going to love this. This is the gentleman's moustache.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
So we all know the J200, which has the moustache bridge. This is the gentleman's moustache. It's well groomed. It sits really well, and for some reason he's got doves stuck in his moustache. But I love that. I've said before, I'm going to use that forever.
I was going to say that's a forever thing for me now. That's really funny.
The gentleman's moustache. So you can use that. You have our permission. Yes, and the instead of our beautiful hummingbird pickguard, we've got this great Dove pickguard on here, and I think it looks great. They both look fantastic.
Still rosewood on the bridge and the fretboard over there.
Absolutely correct.
Yeah,
and I think we have the same pickup, the LR Bags Element VTC. So
great pickup.
Yeah, mahogany neck, and then So obviously we've got some beautiful different appointments.
Different machine heads on yours.
Yeah, so you've got the Grovers with the, I call them like a kidney bean.
Yep.
This one here's got the keystone, still a Grover machine head, got the keystone sort of look.
It's that real classic, almost rock sort of look. I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's compare maybe tonality.
Yes.
Where we're at. So
all right.
You know some chords, right?
I've been learning them.
You've dabbled?
I've dabbled. I'll just play some nice open chords here so we can hear the resonance of the instrument. So.
They both sound great.
I was going to say they both have their own distinct sort of sound and their own place, right?
I think you mentioned it before as well. Before we did the video and we had a little strum around, it was like you mentioned some bottom end out of this, and I think he's right. It's got a quick attack, the maple, but it's definitely got some bottom end, and I think there's a lot of people out there when you talk to them. Even in the shop, and talking about guitars with maple in the back and sides, and going, it's brighter sounding. Not necessarily, it's got a brighter mid-range, but still got plenty of bottom end there.
A lot of that oomph. And but that's also a Gibson thing, and that's a bracing thing as well, right?
Absolutely.
The bracing structure of these really do complement that big bell on the bottom here, gives you that big, thick low end. But the clarity coming out of this is really nice too. I love that sort of chimey,
the
bell, as you were saying before, that you're getting out of that. Really even out of these two. And in terms of the price point difference between the two,
No, look, this one probably sits a little higher. Maple is definitely a timber that is a little bit more expensive than all your genuine mahogany that's out there. But also in the Hummingbird, there's a few different models from the studio to the standard, and also the rosewood version. And so you kind of find there's a few different price points of this. The Dove though always kind of sits with the maple back and sides. So at the moment, this is the Dove that they've got on offer.
And what a Dove it is, ladies and gentlemen. Look at the color. The color alone really sells it to me. That flame maple is so pretty and so rare that you see that on acoustic guitars, in my experience. I don't see too many acoustics with that.
Yeah, except for maybe on the Gibson jumbos.
Yep.
Yeah.
So true. Yep.
I think the thing about maple, they quite often will choose some flame maple, which can cost a little bit more, but you're showing off. That is maple. Like, you want to show that timber off because it is a beautiful timber to look at, and it is a real beautiful chimey sounding timber as well, which sits really well when two guitars are playing together, which we should do.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
What do you want to do? Go back and forward on the chords, or do you want to play some chords together?
Yeah. Let's just see how they're going. So,
all right. You kick us off and I'll follow you.
We can play that same thing we were doing before.
This thing?
Oh, yeah. Do that one.
No, do what you were doing. I like it. Beautiful guitars.
Do you have a favorite, Chris?
Look, I'm going to say looks-wise, it's a really hard one, to be honest with you, because I think the red, it's hard to go past the red here on the
My
back.
favorite color, that's for sure.
It makes it go faster. That's just a scientific fact. But there's something about this, that tobacco finish, that just brings me back to Slash and all the greats who are playing those big rock ballads on these acoustic guitars.
Stones, yep.
I think for nostalgia, I would pick this, but if I was looking for something to take me to that next level for my found love of guitar, I'd look no further than the Dove.
Why not have both?
Exactly right. If you have the funds to get both, you should. But either way, let us know what you think in the comments below. Do either one of these two guitars jump out to you? They're not necessarily the same in price point, nor in the build or the makeup of their timbers, but they are from the same brand and they are beautiful instruments, both with their own sound and quality.
Yep, two great guitars for you to think about, well, which one's going to suit you more. Maybe at the start of the video you were thinking, I'm all about this or all about this. Hopefully this video's made you think, oh, the other one could be there too. So yeah, let us know in the comments what you think.
Exactly right. Once again, my name is Chris. This is Marcus, and we're at Mooloolaba Music here on the Sunshine Coast in Queensland. So come into the store, come say hi, or comment down below and let us know what you think. Until next time, bye.